Hey everybody, this is Dustin, RV Specialist. So I'm up on a Brinkley roof and I just want to go over just a couple things, right? So you'll see I've done a couple videos already on this. This is if you didn't know, we're a factory authorized service center for Brinkley, and this was not a knock on them, but you can see just inconsistency of stuff that was applied at the manufacturing level. And then you can also see wrinkles in the front cap. So those wrinkles are quite normal. When this material is draped over the front and they're fitting this cap on and moving it side to side to work it on, sometimes those wrinkles will happen. That's totally normal. The only thing you want to make sure is that there's nothing that's leaking past those seams. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you what would I do if this was mine, or you can do it yourself, and just giving you my 2 cents. So number one, I would seal all the screw heads, whether you seal over the complete molding or you go on both sides of it. I would use black on the front side of it, non-sag, and I would do either non-sag over the screw heads, and then I would come back and I would thicken this molding all the way up with more sealant. Here's another Brinkley that's right next to me, and like I said, I'm on one, and here's another one that we're doing some custom work to. Same thing, you can see how there's a sealant that's on the front side of that molding, where there's none on the front side of this. And I don't know if that's that way because it's more flat, where this one's a lot more pitched, but I would definitely seal that up as well on that unit over there. Now looking at these units side by side, right, there's two of them. You can see a lot of similarities. They both have Winegard 360 antennas. They both have a kitchen vent. That one has 4 plumbing vents, and I don't know why one is black. I don't know if that's basically for the black tank and the other 3 are grays. There's also 2 attic vents. There's one back here, there's one back there, and this unit has 2 air conditioners as well. Same thing with this one, it has 2 air conditioners, and then you got the same pattern. This one's got 5 plumbing vents with one that's black, and it's also been touched up already from something, probably sealant separation. Now this unit does have a tear in the roof, and so I would recommend to the owner to go ahead and turn that into the insurance company at some point to get a full roof replacement. The only reason I say that is that, if you leave that patch, if you ever go to trade it in or turn it in or sell it private party, that devalues the coach, and it's going to be pretty significant. Like I said in the previous video, it could be somewhere between like 14 to 20 grand. Because if you have to overlay the roof or if you have to resheet the roof, and then at the same time, you're going to get new AC gaskets and all new sealant, which if we're doing the work, we'll seal up that correctly in the front as well as in the back. So things that I'm looking at when I come up here, there's a lot of times we'll see bubbles and blisters. That's just kind of normal. Sometimes it's where the wood sheeting, comes together and air from cabin pressure pushes it up. Sometimes the glue will drop down in there and it doesn't seal it off very good. So bubbles and wrinkles is kind of normal in our industry. It happens. Different like waves and stuff in the back corners and waves on the side or areas that aren't stuck down good, here. Like if I walk over to this area and I step on it, and I can hear the glue kind of re-adhere. This glue does not ever dry. It stays wet and sticky. I'm going to say that I know of, and it's only from us doing about 50 to 60 roofs a year. When we peel this roof membrane off, depending on how thick the glue was applied, the glue either come right off and it'll have a nice clean sheet, or if they used OSB, when you peel it off, it makes a bunch of divots in it, so you can see all the wrinkles from the OSB. So that would be a scenario of why we have to overlay it or why we have to replace it. But that is kind of normal. And and I was talking about wrinkles and stuff. Here's a keystone over here, and on the corner you see that wrinkle where they put the walls together and the cap on. Again, that's pretty much normal. Hey, NTP. There's our NTP delivery truck breezing through there, and hey, they used a weird patch on their roof. But anyways, back to this one. So what are you kind of looking at when you come up here, right? Well, I'm looking for any gaps or separations around the plumbing vents. I'm looking to make sure that area right there that you see is sealed so it doesn't catch water and drip down underneath the screw or rot it. I'm looking for any kind of voids or gaps around a TV antenna. So like on this one, if I was sealing this, I would have came all the way up in all of those valleys that are there that sealant would have been completely up here, rested up against it and let it ooze. Because now what's going to happen with all those pockets and voids is you're going to get water that's going to collect in there and dirt, and then it just sits in there. And so just like they sealed all the way around this stuff, I would do the same thing. Here is not too much, but I would still, myself, I'm more of a visual guy, so I would have ran a straight bead and then a straight bead and then gone back like I'm welding. It's nice to see that they went ahead and sealed the top of those clips, because a lot of times we do see those leak. And again, that roof vent's been getting some tree damage on there. It's been getting scratched and scraped from the tree branches. But it's the same thing, you know. So see how there's these gaps? You can fill those, you know, or if you're ever replacing that product, you can fill those and again, run like a straight bead. I do basically like 2 layers, and then I go back like I'm welding. Same thing over here on the front cap. You know, I would run like a pencil-sized bead like they did, but I would do it on both sides, and then I would go back like I'm welding, and I would fill it and let that be one solid continuous piece. Now I would do, because this one's such a vertical drop, I would do non-sag, and then I would non-sag on all the screw heads after I lightly tighten them back up. This surface over here is more flatter, so I could get away with that, and I would run 2 beads, and then I would go back and fill the center of it, and I'd probably use black on that one. And you can see this one over here. See how they went, and it's the sealant's right up nice and tight, except for there on the sides. They did the back of that completely different than the back of that one. But you know, again, this is a product that comes out of a gun. They're using it more out of like a 55-gallon drum with like a big caulking gun, where we do it by hand with tubes. And so that's any dealership or any manufacturer that you go to, or any dealership or any mobile guy or repair shop, that's what they're going to be doing. So overall, the roof looks in good shape, other than, like I said, there's a tear, and then other than just the normal wrinkles that we see on the sides and the front. I'm going to try to walk back through here without falling. They left enough room to do like footsteps through the solar panels, right? Myself, I would have offset them more. I would have put one and then moved the other one back. You can see all the solar wires that have slipped out, that are just floating around. So I would take these and I would secure them underneath better, so that they're not doing that. You know, because imagine this guy decides to come out here and hang and dangle like that. So that's not good, right? But I would get those secured in place. You could even secure them on the back of the panel if you wanted to. You know, you could secure them just in a puddle of sealant, and that would just protect them. So, but anyways, well, stay tuned for more. This is Dustin, RV Specialist, a California Specialist, and hopefully I didn't rattle on too much or waste your guys' times. You know, I'm always, again, looking for sheeting issues. If you step on it and it's got too much movement, but some movement's normal, especially as it goes to crown and stuff. It's just wood sheets. So, all right, well, and this is the back of this one, if you wanted to see. And again, I would seal that, but that's just me. All right, well, stay tuned for more. Thanks for coming in and seeing us, and we will get you squared away. Have a great day. It's Dustin, RV Specialist.